Basically, I'm just going to talk about being the best version of yourself and having a can-do spirit. Because the 21st century energy professional must be a person that reinvents themselves on a daily basis. And that means becoming very aware about all the things going on around you and strategically positioning yourself to take full advantage of opportunities. So preparation is very important, and basically having your antenna out there to know what's changing around you, what resonates with your personality, what resonates with your potential, your talent, and your passion is key to becoming a successful 21st century energy professional. And that's only possible if you are determined to become the best version of yourself on a daily basis. So please stop competing with people around you. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself and have a can-do spirit. Okay, so I won't bother you with introducing myself. I have been introduced. I'm going to say that the first thing one has to do is define what success is to them. And as a child, my mom used to tell me, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. And that's stuck in my head. So I never competed against anybody. I always competed against myself. And I think that's so important today because so many things are changing worldwide. So whether it's globally, regionally, or nationally or regionally, you really need to be looking out with your antenna at the environment, routine, potential, heritage, your DNA, your health, your well-being, just basically trying to be the best version of you. And that really is what a 21st century energy professional is. And then becoming aware of the challenges that we have in the energy space, which could be energy security, energy transition, energy systems. And there's so many different pockets of energy issues and challenges and problems that the best version of you can adequately address. And that's so important. And once you are in the space of continuous learning and development and continuous self-improvement, you will begin to position yourself for opportunities through preparation. So let's make it a bit fun. I know each and every one of us is very much aware that they're legends. And I mean, when it comes to music, I mean, Michael Jackson, it could be Wizkid, Burna Boy, it could be Davido for some of us. When it comes to creativity in terms of business, because I try to look at engineering, energy, and entrepreneurship as a combination of who I am. So I'm an engineer in the energy space, and I'm also an entrepreneur. So you need to really understand what are the three priority areas for you. And then you can reposition yourself to be prepared to take full advantage of what's going on in the energy space. So Richard Branson is a successful entrepreneur. And basically, I look at it as that one of the things that we must always look at is by being the best version of yourself. And scripturally, I always go with 1 Peter 5:10, which says that after you have suffered a while, God will strengthen you and settle you going through the different processes. So it's no matter how tough things are, be encouraged that it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So keep going and make sure you have the right friends around you. So becoming a value creator is so important for the 21st century energy professional. You need to understand that whatever you see around you is an opportunity. So whether it's a problem, issue, challenge, you need to have the potential, talent, and passion, align your potential, talent, and passion to convert them into opportunities, projects, initiatives, products, and services. So you need to have your antenna out every day. So whether it's Google alerts you're working with, whether it's social media engagements, to also mention LinkedIn, Twitter, you could actually be mentored and coached virtually. So I'll tell you for a fact and for free that Sir Richard Branson is my mentor. I've never met him. He probably doesn't know me, but he mentors me on a daily basis from what he's doing on LinkedIn because I just find him very interesting. So you could follow somebody on LinkedIn who doesn't even know you and be mentored on a daily basis. So we need to look at the fact that in the energy sector, there's a lot of disruption going on. There's cultural changes going on, diversity, equity, and inclusion. You need to be able to differentiate yourself with your USP adjustment, identify where you can create value and add value. You need to outcompete yourself, not outcompete somebody else, and need to scan new markets, new opportunities, new issues, new challenges, and be a better version of yourself. Then, when life throws lemons at you, what do? you convert your lemons into different versions of lemonade. So I'm always so excited when there's a problem. So when I get into the office and somebody tells me, oh, I see gloomy faces on people's faces and they say, well, there's a problem, I'm always so excited. Wow, what's this problem? What opportunity, project, initiative am I going to convert this into? So when life throws lemons at you, just think of different flavors of lemonades and get on with it. Don't ever get downcast because there's a problem or a challenge or an issue confronting you. Take full advantage of it. So the good news is we have sustainable development goals around us, and there are so many opportunities that we can look at, and you need to look at all these opportunities to take full advantage of them. Then the question I always ask people is, what do you see in your environment, in your society, and in the economy? As an energy professional, practically everything is driven by energy sufficiency, and sustainability is tied to being able to address and optimize all the gaps you find in the environment, in society, and the economy. So, I mean, whether it's renewable energy, gas, whether gas to power, we're in the decade of gas, for example, in Nigeria. I mean, you need to find out what is the government saying, what is Africa Continental Free Trade Zone talking about. And this you get from Google Alert. On a daily basis, you get information that are in your priority focus areas, and then you can transform that into opportunities. So basically, connecting the dots is another very important focus for the 21st century energy professional. You need to know, what do I love to do? What does the world need? What can I get paid for, and what are my strengths? And you've got to optimize your strengths to take full advantage of your opportunities. You need to collaborate and partner with people in your areas of weakness, and then you need to mitigate your threats. So, I mean, there's a SWOT analysis dimension to being the best version of yourself. There's a SWOT analysis version about 21st century energy professionals. You need to Google the successful career professionals, leaders, experts, and people who have a mastery in the area of your core competence of where you're aspiring to be, and basically look at the trends around those opportunities, and sometimes visit job boards, visit opportunities where new projects are starting, to find out where the skills gaps are, so that you can recalibrate and reconfigure your professional trajectory, your career trajectory, and your personal development to suit those opportunities. So another good thing is that in Africa, for example, for both Africans and Africans in diaspora, there's so much going on, and there's so many opportunities around technology, power generation, wealth creation, energy and power, agriculture, hydrocarbon, logistics. There's so many pockets and sectors relating to the energy value chain. So whether you're looking at the petroleum energy value chain, upstream, midstream, downstream, or whether you're looking at the energy ecosystem in its fullest with the conventional and non-conventional sources of energy, you can actually chart your professional development program, or your career development trajectory, and your personal development trajectory to take full advantage of these opportunities. So another thing is that where's the money? Because most times a lot of people are trying to solve problems, and if you're trying to create value, you need to be able to sustain the value creation. So there has to be some money somewhere that's going to pay for your business goals and objectives, your social impact goals and objectives, and your corporate social responsibility goals and objectives. So as a 21st century energy professional, you need to be scanning the environment to create value from not just the economic side of things and where the money is, but also having impact in your community and adding value to the lives of people in your society. And that's where the tripod of personal development, professional development, career development ties into business, entrepreneurship, as well as social impact initiatives and corporate social responsibility. So cleaning the environment, for example, as well as creating value from waste to wealth, is another area where the 21st century energy professional can add value using their skill sets and taking advantage of opportunities. Then there's also innovation. Innovation is basically understanding the use of STEM tech to drive transformation in a way where value is multiplied and value is created in multiple dimensions and amplified. So basically on a daily basis, we continuously need to have a research and development mentality. So, I mean, people wonder, why are you still going to school? I go to school every year to learn something new. I'm always applying for whether they're awards or fellowships, not because I want to win, but because I want to up my game. And I always encourage people, and I'm always posting applications for grants, applications for fellowships, applications for awards, simply because I think the process of applying itself is a learning and development exercise that makes you up your game. Whether you win it or you don't win it is totally irrelevant. It's the continuous improvement and learning and development spirit and can-do spirit that we're trying to develop on a daily basis. And that's where the 21st century energy professional needs to be. Not resting on your laurels and thinking, okay, I've arrived. On a daily basis, you need to humble yourself, reflect on where you are, where you could possibly be, and how could you be the best version of yourself? How can you create value, have more impact, and touch more lives, and live a life of significance? And significance is not how much money you have in your bank account, it's how many lives you have touched and what you're doing to improve your society, your community, and your environment. So basically, I think a 21st century energy professional must be very good at networking and must be good at mentoring. Mentoring could be reverse mentoring. It could be strategically in a way whereby you are complementing another mentor. It could be mentoring people who are your subordinates, and it could be you being a mentee yourself. I am a mentee as well as a mentor, and I also believe a lot in reciprocal and reverse mentoring. So it's not just one way. I learn a lot from the young. I mean, when we take on IT, COS interns in Lonadec, I spend a lot of time with them because they're the Gen Z, just like my young adults who are working as well. I spend a lot of time learning from them, and they challenge me because they have a different perspective to life. And for those of us who are much older, we learn a lot if we can humble ourselves to listen and pay attention to what the next generation is saying. So whether it's Gen Z or next gen, I really love to listen to them and learn a lot from them. So we need to have our antenna out. Networking, mentorship, and volunteering should tie into our family, childhood friends, schoolmates, colleagues, associates, and school acquaintances, social acquaintances. That's how to improve yourself on a daily basis. And then we need to connect dots. So connecting dots is so critical to being a successful energy professional. When you see things, you scan the environment, you look at what's happening around you, you should be able to connect dots as to what's my experience, my track record, my core competence, what's going on around me, where are the issues, problems, challenges, and how do I create value and create initiatives, solutions, projects, and products and services. So that's what connecting the dots is all about. And then networking, mentoring, and volunteering online is totally different from physically. So physically are people you have met. So I've met Tubosun before, but I also have mentors, networks, and volunteer opportunities I'm running online, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. So there's a digital side, and even in my space where we're in digital transformation, there's a digital twin. So whatever you're doing physically by attending workshops, seminars, conferences, you should be doing virtually as well. So I have a lot of people in my network, people I'm mentoring or I'm being mentored by, and who have volunteered to support in one way or the other, or who support me in my virtual life as opposed to my physical life. And then basically my conclusion is that a 21st century energy professional must have the skill sets to position themselves by working on themselves on a daily basis to become the best version of themselves. They should be able to scan the environment, get data, quantitative and qualitative data, and basically transform that into value creation. So what I'll always ask, what do you see? What's the who, what, why, when, how, which, where? And then you need to find yourself an accountability partner, work as a mentor and mentor other people, work as a coach and coach other people. I always tell people, have a daily devotional, spend quality time with God. You're as good as your spirit man, and be focused, diligent, and work smart. And with all these little tips I've given you, and I will take questions on the more technical side of a STEM professional, being a 21st century energy professional. But my greatest advice is be the best version of yourself, outcompete yourself, and convert problems, issues, and challenges into opportunities, projects, initiatives, products, and services by leveraging your potential, talent, and passion. Thank you so much. So a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I will dare each and every one of us to conquer our fears, go out there and make a difference. Thank you so much for your attention.